Hybrid shooters, it's Jason Vong, and this is the brand new Sony 70-200mm f4G Mark II, the long-awaited refresh. And man, just look at this thing. Whoop. Gone is the internal zoom design. This made the entire lens much more compact and travel-friendly, which is something that I've been personally waiting for. So it sticks out a little longer when you zoom. It doesn't matter. It's when you're traveling with it in your bag that you don't want it to take up so much space. Plus, you can take off the tripod collar. I don't know, give it to your crush and be like, "Hey baby, you be my telephoto lens and I'll be your tripod support." You see, when Canon announced their 70-200 RF lens, I was low-key a little jealous because it squishes down to be so compact. And I still love for Sony to do something like that with their f2.8 in the future. Right, Sony? You're gonna do it, right? But for now, we have this design in the f4 version, which also comes with another advantage: the overall weight. Bring up the chart. Big difference versus the f2.8s, and they managed to make it lighter than the version 1 while improving on the image quality and the performance of this lens. It's a telephoto lens, so you know you're getting that buttery compressed look. It's a G quality lens, so you know it's gonna be good corner to corner. And it's f4, so you know it's gonna be sharp. But it's really the focusing performance that's gonna be one of the top selling points of this lens. And this lens keeps up well when you're bursting down on a subject while zooming at the same time. So if you're shooting fast action stuff like your kid's b-ball game or cars and you're really twisting that barrel, it's gonna keep up. Especially with the A9 and the A1, it's gonna take advantage of the 20 or 30 frames per second. Whereas if you use a third-party lens, you're only tapping out at 15. Your better bet is with the Sony. But if you're not shooting any of that kind of stuff, or you don't have an A9 or an A1, then yeah, go for something else. Now, we're gonna see some people in the comments right now complaining about how, oh, it's f4, it's not gonna be good in low light. Listen, I'm personally really tired of this narrative. It's not the lens's fault that the user doesn't know how to photograph in low light. I've done plenty of low light photography with an f4 lens, and I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but the results, they look amazing. I even shot this mood photo with the new lens. Like, bro, how low light do you want to go? Now, if you're shooting in an extremely dimly lit situation, then of course it's not gonna look good. Lighting is always gonna be key. But there's no reason to complain just because something new just came out and it so happened to not fit your workflow. But if you genuinely, absolutely need an f2.8 telephoto lens, then we already have a ton of great options waiting for you. Visit your local camera store. Now personally, f4 doesn't bother me all that much because I see this more as a daytime landscape lens. During springtime cherry blossoms in Japan, I was lugging this behemoth around and my God, look at the results. Woo! Look at that clarity, look at that sharpness. Woo, look at that compressed buttery goodness, that bokeh-licious bokeh background. I took that? Woo! Wait a minute. Oh, my back! Yeah, my wrist! Oh, the PTSD of carrying this lens is coming back to me. Ah! Oh, yeah, I hated carrying that thing around. And that lens is a 4.5 to 6.3. I'm personally waiting for a refresh on this lens, but you can see why the f4 doesn't bother me. So now I'm wondering, what if I threw in teleconverters into the mix? But I heard TCs are notorious for lowering image quality, which bums me out a little bit. Until I tried it out for myself. And the results? Not too shabby, eh? Ollie Nilsson, wildlife photographer extraordinaire, have also tested out the TC with a 70-200G Master II and found that it's more than good enough. Plus, he said the weight savings that he's getting versus carrying a 2 to 600 around was worth it. And some users are reporting the 1.4x TC would offer better results over the 2x, probably because you're still getting that extra bit of reach, just less of that magnify mess. But let me know in the comments down below if you have an experience with teleconverters. But the other selling point of this lens is its macro capability. See right here on the label? Macro. Now, you're not getting full one-to-one macro like the Sony 90mm, but half times macro throughout the zoom range, and it's still pretty close. But I am bummed though that this thing doesn't have an aperture ring. Let's talk money. Coming in early August, it's $16.99 USD. Ooh, more expensive than what the G1 is right now. But if you shoot a lot of fast action stuff and want something reliable, but not willing to commit to the GM2 price, then this right here is your next best option. It's $1,000 cheaper. If you shoot a lot of still life, or you don't even have a camera that can go 20 plus frames per second, then there are cheaper alternatives. But the weight, The size, the performance, and the bonus macro capability is why I'll be personally considering it as my next travel lens. If you enjoy what I do and want to support the channel, there are two things you can do. You can give me some exposure bucks by watching another one of my videos, or use my code JasonVong to save 10% off your next Squarespace website. Roll the ad. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform to create beautiful websites. You don't need any coding knowledge whatsoever. Simply just choose from their many easy-to-use templates. Perfect for people like us who want to focus on our travels and make YouTube videos for you guys, but still want a presentable website for brands that are looking to work with us. Whether you're building your own photography portfolio, an e-commerce store, or even a landing page for your business, design it with Squarespace. Get a 14-day trial with my link below and try it for yourself. When you're ready to launch, you can save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain with my code JasonVong. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.